Nigerians abroad, and let me share with you that you are still having, aftermath of the AGM 2024 held in Ghana. And sitting right beside me is Pastor Ankoma Chidima. He is in Tunisia, and he's the outgoing Nido Africa chairman. I'm sorry to say this, but how does it feel?
It's so awesome, so wonderful, so good.
I mean, briefly take us through your term of office.
Yeah, I think I have to be very, very brief because it's a long story. I became chairman on the platform of the fractions, the divisions and the chaos we are having in Africa. So we started with the unifications of the various factions, and we created the interim chairman, which I was opportuned to be the chairman. So now we had to go through the process of unifying all chapters, especially those ones that have conflicts there. And from there, we moved on to the next phase, which was the review of the Nido Africa Constitution that created that chaos, that divisions among Africans. So we made a thorough review, proofreading, another review. Before then, we adopted it as a working instrument. Then we went on to the final stage, which is what the organizing of the Nido African election, which we're here to witness, and the AGM, which is the annual general meeting of Nido Africa.
Wow, then you must have done a lot.
It's God.
So, I mean, serving in this capacity, share one memorable moment. I mean, I know it could be stressful, but there are things that are memorable. You look back and you say, wow, I'm happy I did this.
Yeah, it's stressful and it's very challenging, like you said, especially when people start calling you and saying all different kinds of things. You're being biased and they want you to dance to their own tune, you know. It's one thing to carry human along, especially Africans. But one pushing drive I have is my committee members. We worked in unity. They gave me the support, the encouragement, even when I was down. Were always there lifting me up. So one memorable thing I can say about this process is my committee members. They were awesome. Awesome.
Okay. And now, all too soon, you are out of office. And what is the next chapter for Pastor?
Okay. Out of office, like I said, when I undertake this job, I said I wouldn't want to participate in the electoral process. I don't want to take up any position. My unique and primary vision and objective is to unite Africans together and have one credible election. And once that has been achieved, I can now sit back and heave a big sigh of relief. Now I have to go back to my family, to my pastoral job, like you said, and watch from the sideline and support them whichever way I can.
Okay. And what message have you for the new crop of leaders that we have for Nido Africa as the outgoing chairman?
Yeah, the primary advice I can give them is sacrifice, perseverance, and commitment. It's very important because you're bound to face obstacles, challenges. You know, like I said, it's difficult to unite human. The most difficult thing is human management. If you can achieve that, you've achieved a lot. And one way to achieve that is perseverance, because you face several attacks, several criticism, but you have to remain strong, be focused, and have a vision for Nido Africa.
All right. Now, lastly, on the AGM, what is your personal observation of this year's AGM?
I say it's awesome. It's awesome. But one remarkable thing I can carry back to Tunisia is not the AGM per se, it's Ghana per se. Okay. You know, I saw a different Ghana, not the Ghana I used to hear about. You see, I called my wife. My wife is a Tunisian. Okay. I said, you know something? I drove for almost 1 hour on different routes. I saw not one piece of paper on the road. It's surprising in Africa. So I'm impressed with Ghana, and I'm impressed with the organization of the AGM, the organizing committee, the BOTs, and it's impressive. It's awesome. And I give them my kudos for that.
All right. Thank you very much. Now let's go to Tunisia. How are Nigerians in Tunisia faring?
I can tell you one thing for sure. Among all African countries, Nigerians are well respected, well behaved. Unfortunately, we don't have many Ghanaians in Tunisia, just a handful of them. But Nigerians, compared to other nationalities, they are well behaved, they are well respected, and we are working hand in hand with our embassy, and they've been very, very cooperative and encouraging when it has to do with the welfare of Nigerians in Tunisia.
Well, this is very much good to hear, but are there some challenges that you face as Nigerians living in Tunisia?
Yeah, we face many challenges. One primary challenges we face is the issue of illegal immigration to Tunisia. You know, they saw Tunisia as the transit point to Europe.
Okay.
So many comes by road and different means, and they try to cross by sea. So now we have many crops of Nigerians without documentations, and this is one challenge we're facing in Tunisia. I'll give you one case study. Before I left Tunisia, there was a case of people trying to cross from Algeria into Tunisia, and their Hilux box, some assaulted, and many died. Some were injured, and there was a lady, you can see her brain out. You can see it. The other one, his hand was broken. We had to rush her to the hospital, and thank God they have a very good medical facilities in Tunisia. They don't ask questions. They value lives there. So they value lives, and what they did, they just asked for documentation, someone to sign, and when you do that, they start the treatment. But then one primary challenges we're facing is the illegal immigrants in Tunisia. But hopefully we overcome that, hopefully.
So, I mean, having said that, what advice would you want to give to Nigerians who may want to cross over to Europe, passing through Tunisia?
One advice I want to give them is this: information. Information is key. It's very, very important. And second advice, Europe is not the in thing. Not what we used to hear. I'm very close to Europe. I can travel in and out in Europe. Most of them are still sleeping on the street. One thing I can advise anyone: find your purpose. Find your vision. You can make it anywhere in the world. It's not necessarily in Europe. If you have a focus, you have a clear view of what you want to do, what you want to become, you can make it even in Tunisia. I've been in Tunisia for 26 years. My wife is Tunisian. I have 4 kids. I'm living comfortably in Tunisia. So that's the advice I give them. You can make it anywhere in the world, but you have to have a clear sense of purpose and vision for your life.
All right. Lastly, as a father of Nigerians, there are hundreds of thousands of millions of Nigerians living in the diaspora. We want you to speak to them.
One thing I want to say to Nigerians and other African nationalities living in diaspora is this. Like I said before, a sense of purpose, a sense of vision. Know what you want to do, what you want to become, and more especially, have credible information of where you want to go. There are people, they call them the human traffickers. They can fool you with different ideas. Europe is paradise. From Tunisia or Libya or Algeria or Morocco, you cross over to Europe. That's not true. I've been living in Tunisia for 26 years. I'm married to Tunisian. It's not true. You can find your life. You can find your future anywhere, as long as you have a clear sense of vision and purpose for your life.
All right, thank you very much, Pastor Chidima. He is the outgone Nido chairman living in Tunisia, and then he's giving us account of how Nigerians are faring in Tunisia. This is Nigerians Abroad, proudly brought to you by Restoration Multimedia in Accra, Ghana. For all your event coverage, photography, and anything media, the place to be, the place, the people you can trust is Restoration Multimedia. Thank you very much for staying with us. My name is Kofi Opon Ochere, and we say on Nigerians Abroad, we are inspiring generations.